It started with a glance. Not a scripted one. Not one rehearsed or planned. But a real unguarded look, caught when the cameras had already stopped rolling. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, co-stars in a world-famous fantasy drama, found themselves in a different kind of story. A story not written in any script, but rather in the quiet moments between takes, in backstage laughter, and in glances no one was supposed to notice. Or so they thought. The rumor mill had been spinning for years. Ever since The King, Eternal Monarch aired, fans sensed something deeper. Something real, tangible, unspoken. But no one could prove it. Not until now, July 2025. So, a late-night talk show interview changed everything. Lee Min-ho had been invited as a special guest. The topic? Upcoming projects. Life after global success. And a surprise question. The host smiled slyly. Min-ho SSI, the fans want to know, is there someone special in your life right now? A pause, a smile, a breath, and then, there is, he said quietly, there's been for a while. Gasps filled the studio. Fans online went wild. Twitter crashed. And then came the moment no one expected. We didn't mean to hide it, he continued, but we didn't want to rush things either. Sometimes, when something matters this much, you want to protect it. Speculation reached a fever pitch. Was it her? Was it really Kim Go-eun? Within hours, footage resurfaced. Old interviews. Behind-the-scenes clips. Moments fans had long dissected. Her smile when he entered a room. His laugh when she teased him. The hand that lingered a second too long. No one saw it then. Now it all made sense. The very next day, Kim Go-eun updated her Instagram. A quiet photo. Soft lighting. A coffee mug with the words, "Some secrets are just soft beginnings." No caption. No tags. No mention of him. And yet it spoke volumes. The media went into a frenzy. Reporters surrounded agencies. Dispatch was on high alert. But then came the confirmation. Not from the agencies, but from Lee Min-ho himself. He posted a photo. One fans had never seen before. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't staged. Just two shadows holding hands at the edge of a dock. A sunset behind them. Peaceful, quiet, undeniably real. His caption? No longer hiding. Just living. From there, everything changed. Old interviews were rewatched. Red carpet photos were zoomed in. Netizens found every clue they'd missed. And there were many, like the time he said his ideal type was. Someone who understands silence. Someone who doesn't need to perform love. Or the time she whispered, off camera, but caught by a boom mic, "I always feel safest when you're near." They had been telling us all along, just not with words. Fans around the world reacted with joy. You can feel the sincerity, one fan wrote. This isn't just celebrity gossip. This is love, quiet, real, and beautifully slow. Behind the fame, behind the flashbulbs and global attention, was a love story that had grown steadily, naturally, secretly, strongly. In an exclusive magazine interview days later, Kim Go-eun broke her silence. We never had a plan to go public, but we also didn't want to pretend. Our love, it was never a secret. It was just private. She smiled when asked about the moment everything changed. When he held my hand on set one day, even though there were 50 people around, I felt like it was just us. Lee Min-ho, in his quiet elegance, summed it up best. She knows the version of me. That doesn't need to be famous. And that is how love survives in the spotlight. But the story doesn't end there. Sources close to both stars revealed that the couple has been working on a joint project. Not a drama, not a movie, but something far more personal. A documentary-style short film, telling the story of finding real connection in an industry built on illusion, titled Still Us, slated for release later this year. It promises glimpses into their shared journey, moments of quiet reflection, travel memories, and never-before-seen footage of their time together. In one teaser clip, Lee Min-ho can be heard saying, "The world may know us as actors, but when I look at her, I only see home." And Kim Go-eun? She smiles softly before saying, "It was never about hiding. It was always about holding on to what mattered most." As the world watches their love unfold, one thing is clear. This isn't just a celebrity romance. It's a reminder that even under the harshest lights, some things grow quietly, gently, and beautifully. And now, they're not hiding it anymore. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, not just stars, not just co-stars, but two people who chose love on their own terms, in their own time. The fairy tale? It was real all along. They just waited for the right moment to tell the world. Now that the world knows, what comes next for Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun? Fame is a double-edged sword. One moment, it lifts you up. The next, it exposes every part of you. And now, for the first time, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun stood before the public, not as characters in a drama, but as a couple in real life. For some, the news was shocking, but for those who'd followed them closely, this was the ending they'd been waiting for, or perhaps the beginning. Behind closed doors, the two were quietly adjusting to life in the open. No more hiding, no more dodging cameras, no more vague answers. And yet, they were still the same, still walking hand in hand, still sharing late-night ramen, still sending each other books and handwritten notes. But with public love comes public pressure. Tabloids began speculating. Wedding rumors, pregnancy whispers, even agency meetings reportedly leaked. And yet, both stars remain calm, grounded, peaceful. A close friend of Kim Go-eun shared anonymously, "She's happier than I've ever seen her. She says he makes her feel safe in a world that rarely is." Another friend of Lee Min-ho added, "He told me once, when she smiles, everything noisy in my head quiets down." 1 week after the confession, a fan captured a candid moment in Bukchanhanek Village. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, disguised only by baseball caps and masks, walked slowly down the narrow alleyways, holding iced coffees, and stopping to look at street art. A little boy walked by and waved. Kim Go-eun waved back, smiling, and Lee Min-ho, he crouched down to the boy's level and asked if he liked superheroes. The boy nodded. "She's my superhero," Lee Min-ho said, pointing to Kim Go-eun. The boy laughed. "So, did she?" That moment, now viral, became a symbol of something rare.